In fact, we're supposed to to join them to become one nation. In fact, to become an alliance with each other, because they are doing a great job. Mali, they don't even have a debt as we speak. Even Burkina Faso, they are about to pay off their debt. But this country continue to go to IMF, World Bank to do what? To make more and more decolor. For who? For our children, so that when they grow up, they can go and pay for this thing. And these Mumadalas, they will be dead by then. They won't be there. But they are busy creating more debt for their masters because they are thieves and thugs and psychopaths. So we don't want that. So these people, they must stop indebting us in a way that this thing is going to affect 3 generations from today. We don't need that. Black people, they need to unite. They must stop massaging politicians, because politicians are thugs.
I'm glad you used the word politicians, because those Sahel leaders are not politicians.
Exactly.
They are not politicians. Exactly. And you are forcing to compare them with these South African and SADC politicians who are hell-bound on making sure that their own term of office, by the time it ends, they would have enriched themselves enough to go outside the national problems. So someone listening, they would of course say, man, General RT is naive to think or our political system could overthrow anything or even something akin to the Sahel regions. Those guys are blood brothers. Those guys are soldiers. Their thinking is not of someone who grew up in Kossas. They were fed ideology that they saw every day. So a career politician and an activist revolutionary are 2 different people.
That's why it's very important for the people who are listening out there to be part of Ramsa. Because Ramsa, we are on the road. Our path. We are soldiers. We are not.
But you can't feed those people. The reason people go to organized political parties and active politics, they want to be fed. Yours is you want people to feed Ramsa, to capacitate Ramsa to take power. So I'm not saying you won't attempt. I'm just saying, as an African man looking at what you're doing, you are in the wrong side of Africa. Your ideals are very noble, but you are on the southern tip of Africa, where in 1488, when the people came here for the first time, they decided this is what we are going to eat for time immemorial, and they have declared so. And that's why it's very difficult to even live outside South Africa. They call it colonization of a special type, and it's not by mistake. People like you are many, but they will be stopped. But let me sit back and listen to what you're saying and not be...
I just wish those people can just give me a call, and then so that we can come together and then make sure that we enhance,
in Sahel.
We enhance this idea. Because the Burkinabe in Sahel, I can assure you one thing, those are our brothers, and we will join them.
They are.
And then I can tell you there is nothing impossible. The only thing that is impossible is the mindset. The people of SADC or South Africa, as this is a geographical location, mindset is the most important thing. Once we change our mindset, we start focusing on things that matter us the most. I can assure you, nothing is impossible. Nothing. We only need to change our mindset. We need to stop behaving like everything is okay, even though we are bombarded by poverty, bombarded by all the ills that is thrown at us. We need to become the patriotic people. We need to become patriotism to our own country. Because the moment, I can assure you, this is the last generation. And if this generation is gone, the next one is going to be a big problem. Because you're going to find that this country is now governed by foreigners. And we don't want foreigners to run this country.
You know why I regard EFF as the biggest political party, as the best political party? It's because they've got all those ideals. And when a chance is given, they try to live them up. but they do not have mass support. They've got less than 10%, and people only think of them when they want to shake up something. You were speaking about, and sorry to interject, you were speaking about you don't want to leave the country to foreign nationals. That in itself has been used against the EFF, used unfortunately against the EFF to draw people away from the EFF by just using foreigners. Someone who's sitting, who's looking and listening to what you're saying. You say, we don't want someone who's worried about the Sahel regions. Those people are fighting the French. We are not fighting the French. We are caught between the East in BRICS and the West in America and Britain. So our challenges are quite different. South Africans do not want unity. South Africans do not want to move forward as a unit. South Africans don't want Pan-Africanism. I say it with a very painful heart.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. Unfortunately, we are. I look at, if you go out and look at many of our people, they have no idea what is happening in the geopolitical world. They have no idea. They don't even know their own country belongs to Britain and England and America. They don't even know that this country, as we speak, is controlled by British and American people, governments. They don't know. They just think, no, we are living okay. These guys who come here illegally, they are running from their homes. Yes, they are running from their homes. That's true. Just wait until you have you have a problem where
just put on silent for the music. YouTube hates it when we play other people's music. So I want to say, the West in American and British, we just frame it as American and British, but we're talking about the West, of course.
Yeah.
Those people have, for the longest time, controlled South Africa with their multinational corporations. I mean, your Anglos and stuff.
Even today.
Yes. And when the East, USSR as communist, and the communists in China and stuff, they had always thought, when we gain independence as African people, we will remember the people who supported us in struggle. Do you know what the ANC did? They went back to the same people who were oppressing them.
That's why they call it the suffering from schizophrenia.
Exactly.
So if people are suffering
Stockholm syndrome, they went back to the people. The ANC went back to the people who were enslaving them. So they went back. It's like the Israelites going back to Egypt. Do you know why? Because they have got no other means. They are cowardice.
In fact, let me not say lazy. You cannot take some old people whom their minds have reached saturated point. Those people cannot be taught anything. And
they run away as youth.
Exactly. They run away as youth and do wrong things wherever they were. And now they cannot be. If